Hey folks, well, I figure I'll do another audio. Please excuse my lisp because I don't have my false teeth in front, my mouth here. All I really want to talk about today is how heartbroken and upset, distressed, angry I am about the fact that obviously some individual or group of individuals has recently sprayed herbicide all over the front of my house and down the side of my house. My Confederate jasmine, an evergreen, that's been growing and getting bigger and bigger every year and loves this kind of weather too. The weather didn't do it. It's dead. It's totally dead. So my little privacy screen on my front porch is gone now, or dropping leaves really quickly. Entire plant's dead. A very well, long-established plant. The English ivy on the front of my house around my old sprinkler system that's been shut off for 15 years. That ivy is dying back too. Been sprayed before too. Yeah, way more than 10 foot away from the right of way or whatever, the utility right of way. So if this was a utility company, they got no business coming all the way up into my yard and poisoning my garden. My giant loquat, the oldest one that was given to me by my father before he died. Really the first thing I planted when I put this house here. Well, that loquat tree, the mother of the 60 or so that I planted down the property line, it's dropping leaves and dying. It's an evergreen. It's not supposed to do that. We haven't had any hard freezes that would, you know, burn the leaves often. But we haven't had an ice storm that would maybe burn the leaves, but never killed them. Never killed any of my loquats, That loquat is dropping leaves, obviously dead or dying. So what this tells me is that these plants were poisoned. And again, the spot around the spigot, the old spigot that's been shut off since the last time they turned the water off. I haven't touched that padlock on the meter. I've been getting water, by taking a jug out there and bumming from my old buddy Carrie Don. So, yeah, that's pretty upsetting, that vandalism. That's vandalism. And doesn't matter who did it. That doesn't change the fact that it's actual vandalism. I'd like to know who did it so I could go poison their garden, spray herbicide all over their shit. Yeah. And why? That's just like, why? I mean, I can understand that these, say, Mexicans that, immigrants or whatever working for the utility company, they don't know the difference between a hardwood and a dwarf fruit tree. So they cut down all my peach trees in the front. Okay, well, yeah, they were they were, within 10 foot of the roadway. So it's not really my property. Or I don't really control that, they 10 foot on either side of the property line is the right of way. Okay. Well, the front of my house, the skirting around the bottom of my house that's covered in dead ivy, my front porch that's covered in dead Confederate jazzmen, not the right type of Confederates who need to be dead, poisoned. That's not in the right of way. That's my fucking property. And you know, how do you place a value on the emotional distress of knowing that you really have no rights? No one's protecting me. No one can stop these evil fuckers from coming into my yard and dumping poison into my water well, you know, or dumping poison on my front porch, my driveway. So I guess maybe I'll invest in a really advanced security system. Cameras, night vision, motion detectors. So if it's a human being or beings, being a-holes, who are doing this, I'll get notified. Hey, there's someone or something outside your house killing your plants and spraying poison on your shit. That's about all I got going on today. It's cold and rainy, so I'm not going to be hooking up any solar panels today. And I'm not going to be working on the free energy technology. It's a problem I've already cracked. And all it did was put me in physical harm, serious jeopardy there. Got me locked up, drugged, and tortured without legal representation for 2 weeks. Nobody went and locked Donald Trump in prison for 2 weeks without legal representation. No access to an attorney or anything. So, live in an inherently unfair, unjust world. Not much good to say about it. Any of it. I don't have much good to say to any of you people out there either. But I would like to say thank you to some of my friends, real friends out there who've been helping me one way or another. My buddy Hiram Babineau from Lake Charles, Wanda Miller Burge. One of my angels lives in Mississippi. Denise Rabicki, another angel, lives in California. Michelle. She knows who she is and where she lives. My next door neighbor. Good woman who just lost her husband. Wasn't her. Wasn't any of my neighbors this time. I think, most people around here probably knows not a good idea to fuck with the crazy bike guy. I get a bullet in your forehead. He's a gun owner, and he believes in Second Amendment rights. Who else I gotta thank? The people who entertain me. Jim Goodall, my buddy Sonny, and Chad Smith. Old Dave Scott. Spaced Out Radio. We rule the night. Yeah, Dave, get on your spy satellite there and see if you can figure out who it was that sprayed herbicide all over my front porch and down the side of my house, apparently, too. And if that giant pine tree that's damn near the size of a redwood dies because of this herbicide that somebody, some evil motherfucker out there has put onto my property, there's gonna be some serious fucking hell to pay. But I'm not gonna be the one who's paying for it. It's going to be the Boy Scouts of America, or maybe the Catholic Church, some other really evil fuckers, ExxonMobil or DuPont, whoever is producing these herbicides and telling people, oh yeah, it's safe to go ahead and eat Roundup. And, in memory of Mike Moorhead, who died from non-Hodgkin's lymphoma and all these bottles of Roundup that were in his garage, his nursery, beautiful nursery that he had there. May he rest in peace. Mike, if you're up there in heaven, which I'm sure you probably are, I'm sorry I was not able to convince you to forego the cancer and radiation torture, because if you'd have just quit going to the hospital, you probably would still be alive right now. If you'd have drank the dandelion tea like I asked you to, and baking soda and water, you probably would have lived, Mike. I'm sorry I failed you. Who else I need to thank? My attorneys, who appear to have finally settled my case against the Boy Scouts of America, the Man Boy Ass Fuck Association of America. And, thanks but no thanks. Don't really want to get butt fucked again. So, if the person or persons or group of persons out there responsible for dumping poison on my Confederate jasmine and my English ivy along the side of my house hear this, I just want you folks to know that you're going to burn in hell for tormenting people and murdering Stan Meyer and Nikola Tesla and such. Thanks for listening.